Hey everyone, I just want to come in real quick before the video here today and let you know that it is brought to you by these Patreon supporters right here. These are my top tier supporters that have generously donated their money to help me upgrade this channel with the new camera and new lights and all that. So I just wanted to give them a quick thank you. It means the world to me that you guys are supporting me. So yeah, on with the video. Hey everyone, it's me, Brian with Destructive Media, back with another reaction video for you all today. Today I'm going to be reacting to Tool, H, a live version they did all the way back in 1996. The reason why I'm reacting to this song, as many of you know, I've been doing a lot of BTS reactions to the Love Yourself album. That album has a lot of ties to Jungianism, Carl Jung. The persona, the shadow, the ego, all that good stuff. I think my Tool viewers know what I'm talking about. Also, my BTS viewers know what I'm talking about. So the reason why I'm doing this is because this album from Tool very closely ties into Jungianism as well. Not every song is like super close to it, but I've already done the first two songs, which were Eulogy, and I forget the other one. I think it was, I don't even know. But this is the next one up. This is H. I really love this song. This is an amazing song. Like I said, I'm a big Tool fan. I know their songs. It's not a first time listen. And that is why I'm watching a live version. I've never seen this performance of H ever. I don't know what the audio quality is like. Hopefully it's decent. But it was recorded all the way back in 1996, probably on a old video cassette recorder. For my younger viewers, they were tanks, they were heavy, the microphone was here. If the video's stable, the person's arms were probably gigantic to hold it up. You had to be pretty strong to hold those things pretty stable. So hopefully it's a good quality, but if it's not, we're going to go over the lyrics after through Genius Lyrics. Hopefully they're pretty accurate, and the meanings of the lyrics are pretty accurate. Because while I like this song, or I love the song, I don't know the meaning behind it like super well. I do prefer other songs on the album, like 46 and 2, which I will do a reaction to, which very closely ties into Jungianism, as many of you will come to understand, or if you don't already know. So we're going to flip on over to my other screen here, and we are going to watch Tool, H, live from 1996 at Glass House in Ænima, California. So yeah, let's just enjoy this performance together. All right, well, I got the video pulled up here. Like I always say, if you can, pop on a pair of headphones. The music always sounds better if you can. Or if you're able to. That sounds better. So far, quality's not too bad. Master the feedback. Drink too much Coca-Cola before this burping. Ooh. A little too much there. Not bad, actually. Sounds good. gets so into the performance, his whole body. All right. Wow. I just love the way Maynard can control his voice. It's always just like he's right on the edge of just like screaming, you know, and he has one hell of a scream. He can hold it almost indefinitely. Um, I know a lot of people, it's kind of hard to understand what he's saying because the audio quality is not the greatest. Hopefully it gets cleaned up in post a little bit, but probably not. Like I said, I'm going to go over the lyrics after. Unfortunately, this doesn't have closed captions, but from what I remember, I think it's more of like a song of coming into a new person, a new being. I don't remember if this is about his son or him becoming a father, or if that's even true. You know, a lot of people think it's H, like heroin, and there's like the drug references, but that's always just like surface level Tool stuff. I think it's like a deeper meaning. It's becoming a new you, realizing that the previous you isn't applicable anymore. Like that's gone. You need to change it, and realizing it. So we're gonna go on with the song here. I know like the kind of the good parts to pause, so I'm gonna go back a little bit here so we can get back into the flow of the song. All right. Man, he's doing such a good job. His performance. He's so tense. Crowd surfing. Yeah. Such a good song. Spiral out. Here comes a breakdown. Time to chill. Oh, did such a good job. Sounds like it's just repeating through space, echoing. Okay, the song is about to get really intense here. This is like the part of the song where I feel like he's finally stripping away the layers of his previous self and becoming the new Maynard, becoming his new self, his new higher being. That's a big theme in Ænima. That's the name of the album. It's it's tied to Jungianism in a way of, like, because 46 and 2 is in the album. I don't want to go too deep into it because the song is kind of relating to that, but in a more, not surface level way. But I think this is the part where he's starting to strip away, like, I should have cried. Like, and if it's relating to his son, maybe it's like, I should have cried when you were born, but I didn't. And now I'm like, a fear of becoming a father is like, are you going to love your kid like you should? Which, yeah. I think that's a fear a lot of parents have, especially when you're a father, before your kid comes out. Speaking from a man's point of view, because that's the only way I can relate to childbirth or any view, because I'm a man. It seemed like for my wife, at least, she could connect with the baby right away because it's in her body. I didn't get to till the baby came out. So before it comes out, you have that fear, like, oh, like, what if I don't like the baby? Of course, when it comes out, you do. But, maybe that's what he's talking about there. Like, maybe I should have cried when you told me and I didn't. I'm not really quite sure. But like I said, this is really where the song starts breaking down and he starts screaming, and it's really, really powerful from here on out. Like I said, I don't know if it's about him becoming a father. I think it's more of him just becoming to what he's seeing, recognizing things in his shadow and projecting it, accepting them, and then projecting it onto his new ego, because he wants to become a better person. I don't know. Look at him. He could have kept going. He just stopped. Okay, we gotta see that again. The whole crowd knew. That was amazing. Time to spiral out. Open your third eye. Not done yet. Oh, I wish I could have been there. Oh, that was a good performance. Oh, that was so good. All right, that's going to go directly into the next song. Really like that a lot. Yeah. So we're gonna go to the lyric breakdown. I don't have too much to say. I gave a lot of my thoughts during the reaction, like I try to do now. Because looking at stats, I know a lot of you click off now, after you've watched the video, which, no hard feelings. I get it. I want to thank all of you that still stick around for my final thoughts and my lyric breakdowns, though. It's that song, it was like amazing the way he performed it. I kind of got a different vibe from it when I was thinking of it from a parent's point of view, especially at the end there. Like, kind of made me smile. Like, the song is dark on like the surface level because at age you think heroin and drugs, and they talk about the snake and all that stuff. But I mean that could be what it is. All songs are subjective. The meaning can be anything to anybody. What I say today could be completely wrong. What this site is completely wrong. Maynard's never quite clear with what the meanings of the songs are, or anybody in the band. Like, they'll say this and they'll say that, and they'll mess with people, they'll troll people, they'll say it, it's just about, he started the band because he wants music that he can, have sex to. So, it's just, there's different theories to Tool songs. There's lots of different theories. There's lots of not good theories out there, lots of them that have been passed around, since I was in high school. Because Tool's been around since the early 90s, late 80s. Actually, they've been around for a long time. So there's like that schoolyard rumor mill around them too, where it was easy to spread that kind of stuff. Because there was no real internet, and when there was, it's not like it was now. Back in my day. But like I said, like, looking through it as a father kind of made me smile more, because like, I am a completely different person than I was before I became a father. The person I was before, I don't even remember who that person was. My oldest son is 8. He's going on 9. So it's been a while since I've been a father, but even like a year after he was born, or like, no idea. Don't remember that person anymore. It's gone. And for those of you that have kids, any of my viewers that have kids that are parents, you know what I'm talking about. Life changes drastically, and for the better. It's not like, it's, at least for me, it changed for the better. For all my viewers that are kids out there, I'm not complaining about my kids. My kids are cool. So it's just how it is. Your life isn't yours anymore. It's completely different. So, we're going to go through the lyric breakdown here on Genius Lyrics. Like I said, this is all subjective. This is just submitted to Genius. And they have this cool thing where you can click and they kind of give a breakdown of what it could be. But in the first verse, he says, "What's coming through is alive. What's holding up is a mirror. What's singing songs is a snake. It is looking to turn my piss to wine. They're both totally void of hate, and it's killing me just the same." Which, the little snake from Robin Hood, "Trust in me." So what's coming through could be seen as his new son being born. What's holding up might reciprocally represent his past, his memory of his father. Neither of these things are inherently hateful, yet they are still metaphorically killing him. So Tool is it's not easy to digest. This newfound, if we're looking at it through him as a father, this newfound relationship is making him reflect on his own character, leading him to view himself as a snake. The snake is a biblical, mythological representation of a liar. The snake might then represent the voice in his head, much like the tempter in the story of Adam and Eve. I don't know anything about the Bible. I'm sorry if I seem ignorant in that. The snake dwells at the ground level and is represented in various lores as a smooth, talking, and crafty. That I know. The liar shows up in the form of his own thoughts, e.g. the snake, lying through his own perception of himself, the mirror. And what he sees in the mirror is not really who he is. Looking to turn my piss into wine refers to excuses we all have for our behavior. This is a way of pretending things are great when they are not at all. I'm this way justifiably because of my past. He realizes he needs to confront his shadows, whatever they may be, and change. Becoming a parent or a guardian of a child often seems to cause this sort of epiphany. Yes. I had a very bad childhood, not easy. When I was like 14 or 15, I moved out with my sister and lived with her, who was only 3 years older than me, and we lived on our own. And we party a lot. We did a lot of things. And it was always like under the guise of like, well, I mean, look where we came from. And then I slowed down a little bit before I had a kid. I had my son in my 20s later. Um, but that really got things into view where it's like, well, none of that means anything, and your parents are humans too. That there's no book that comes with anything. Um, so like you just have to shed the things of your past and just accept them and move forward to be a better person for the person you need to raise because you have to. It's like you don't have another choice. Um, so they're both totally void of hate and they're killing me just the same. The metaphorical snake or depression and these delusions, the lie reflected in the mirror, were created as a defense mechanism by the protagonist. They were never intended to hurt him, yet they are consuming his life, which a lot of us do, a victim mentality. Or, you know, not always a victim mentality, but like building up a wall. He talks about that later as the walls come down. We do it to protect ourselves at first, to protect ourselves from further harm. And sometimes it kills us because we get, if you're putting up walls, nobody can get close. And the lonely existence if you're alone, which is not a wonderful way of saying it. But they're going to just eat away at you because all you're alone with behind that wall is your depression and your memories. That if they're bad and you consume them, it's not going to be a fun time behind there. So we'll go forward to the refrain here. The snake behind me hisses what my damage could have been. So then we'll go right here because that's a little breakdown. It is unreviewed. It's not. Okay. The snake behind me hisses of what my damage could have been. My blood before me begs me to open up my heart again. His blood being like kin, as his blood is begging to be the next line, open him up. It's like a metaphor when his son is born and Maynard first saw him. It was like he broke down Maynard's wall and made him open to love again. This, of course, I can't speak for Maynard, just as a simple interpretation. Yeah. So we'll go over this because I'm kind of absorbing this in real time, trying to think of it as a father's point of view because I never thought of it that way before now. The snake behind me hisses what my damage could have been. The blood before me begs me to open up my heart again. And I feel this coming over like a storm again, considerately, can't read. So the snake is like his self-doubt or even his consuming thoughts or maybe, his depression. Like what could have been, you could have been just a angry, sad, alone person who never trusted anybody to love or get close to you. And now your blood is before you, your child is before you, begging you to open up your heart again to love. And then you feel the love coming like a storm, because to love and to open up your heart can be scary because then you get hurt. You can lose things. And when you're a parent, the thought of losing your child is super scary. I mean, you're afraid of everything. When I was first a parent, I was afraid of house fires. I'd be up in the middle of the night. I'd run upstairs. Like, is my kid breathing? Like, he's fine, Just check on him constantly because, yeah, So I can get that. The second verse, the venomous voice tempts me and drains me, bleeds me, leaves me cracked and empty, drags me down like sweet gravity. So that would be the snake, his depression, the venomous voice in his head tempts him to come back down again where it's safe, down at the bottom, like Tula was saying about before. I did a reaction to bottom, actually. The theory behind bottom is it's easier to be at the bottom. It's not fun to be there, but it's easier than crawling your way back up, because it's comfortable at the bottom, because that's what you know. So the voice is tempting him to come back down, and it's bleeding him, leaving him cracked, empty, and broken of his blood or of his love, and dragging him down like sweet gravity. So he's tying back into that thought process again, I think. And it doesn't even have to be for his son. It could be tied to becoming a better person, maybe just being happier in life, being happier from day-to-day life. Because, I struggle with depression myself and stuff, and sometimes it's just hard to just be happy. And yeah, like you just You got to wake up every day and tell yourself that, like, I'm just going to be happy today. Sometimes you're not, and it just is what it is. And you can't let it drag you down. You got to wake up the next day and be like, well, today's going to be good. So then we'll go on here. The snake behind me hisses once again. Damage could have been. The blood before me. It repeats again. He feels it coming like a storm again. Go to the chorus. I am too connected to you to slip away, to fade away. Days away, I still feel you touching me, changing me. It is widely accepted that the song is about Maynard's son. This being the case, the chorus acknowledges that he has a deep paternal bond with his son, and it keeps him from slipping back into his dark place. But at the same time, he feels the bond is perhaps taking the edge off his game, killing him with kindness. Maynard was one angry person when Tool first started. They did a song called Opiate, which I love Opiate, and they just redid it. I want to do a reaction to Opiate Squared, or Opiate 2, because they redid it, and the audio quality sounds great. But the content is a little rough, and I don't know if I should do a reaction to it. So let me know if I should down below if anybody's still watching. But he feels it's killing him with kindness. He can't help but remember what he went through, but this new relationship is forcing him to face his abusive past and move forward, to not be that angry artist anymore that can scream and growl out that anger and pain. It's going to make him not as angry, which is unfortunate that he's afraid to get happy because it's going to take it off his game, which I know a lot of artists worry about that. Like, what if I become happy and I'm rich and now I have nothing to worry about? Does anybody care what I have to say now? Am I relevant? Post-chorus, and considerably killing me. Tool songs are long. They're like the Lord of the Rings of the music world. You just need one Tool album for any trip around the world. It's like a Lord of the Rings movie. Without the skin, here beneath the storm, under these tears now, these walls come down. Once the snake is drowned, and I look into his eyes, the fear begins to fade, recalling all of the times I could have cried. I should have cried then. As the walls comes down, and I look in your eyes, my fear begins to fade, recalling all the times I died and will die. It's all right. Wow. It's so well written. Without the Skin could be a reference to a lyric, the song later in the album 46 and 2, which is about very closely tied to Jungianism. I hope the BTS people watch that video. I hope you guys start liking Tool. They're an amazing band. Where one emerges into the next step of their evolution. My shadow's shedding skin, and I've been picking my scabs again. Love 46 and 2. Still, a shedding skin is a common metaphor for personal transformation and growth, and Maynard uses it more than once. He could actually be saying that when he looked deep down past all the tumultuous emotions he is regarding his own father. He did not have a great relationship with his father. Spoiler alert. The walls will be built around his heart came down, and he was able to feel his love again. So he's saying, without the skin, his hard protective skin, here beneath the storm, under these tears now, the walls come down. Once my snake is drowned, and I look into his eyes, my fear begins to fade, recalling all the times I should have cried. I could have cried. The grip of fear fades as he looks into his newborn son's eyes, probably for the first time. His fears of failing to be a good parent and the overall numbness begin to disappear. The storm is past, and he begins to feel again. He then explains how overwhelmed he was by the moment and could and should have cried due to the emotion of bonding with his newborn son. Some people can't. I cried like a baby, as I'm sure none of you will be surprised. Also, the last two lines can relate to lycomology, the study science of crying, a hoax philosophy invented by the band, which generally uses crying as a form of therapy of going through pain, both emotional and physical, which in result is growing and moving to a higher level of being. Basically, all comes down to opening up one's own traumas and overcoming them by catharsis. Exactly. You need to just accept it. You need to know that it's there, accept that emotion, and feel it. And if it makes you cry, cry it out. If it makes you angry, just be angry and get it out. Accept it. That's problems I have doing. is accepting the emotions in my shadow. So, as the walls come down, as I look into your eyes, fear begins to fade. Recalling all the times I have died, the protagonist has metaphorically died many times, and it said a coward's death is of the soul and personal integrity. That's cool. He's died as many times as it is said that cowardice is the death of the soul and personal integrity. So he's died many times because he's a coward for not wanting to live and love. Additionally, the line is likely in reference to the many times the protagonist has suppressed and abused by his past traumas, especially regarding his own father. It's generally believed, given the theme of the song, which made him lose his identity in the process. Death is also a symbol of transformation and change, notably in many mystic traditions. In this case, the narrator's release of their trauma is the death of their former self, allowing a new growth into a better person. Like I said, it seems like in the song, it's like he's shedding through as they're playing, like shedding through the skin, becoming to a higher being, climbing up the proverbial light ladder. Like you can feel it in the song. I just whacked this thing good. The protagonist, following multiple metaphorical deaths, will finally physically die. He is comforted by the fact as he contemplates how frequently his identity has been lost in the interactions with his abusers, traumas, and self-inflicted. So he's happy. Following the multiple metaphorical deaths, he will finally die. He is comforted by this fact as he contemplates how frequently his identity has been lost in the interactions with his abusers, traumas. Oh. Okay. I will die. It's all right. I don't mind. I'm too connected to you to slip away and fade away. Days away, I still feel you touching me, changing me. It's widely accepted and keeps him slipping back, but at the same time feels bad. Same thing again, okay? And considerably killing me, changing me, killing me. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole new meaning to what I thought it was. Like I said, I heard it was about his son, but I mean, the evidence is pretty compelling, I guess. But like I said, the overall theme of the album is just becoming a higher being, a better self. The main writers of this song, excuse me, were I believe Maynard and view all credits, written by Adam Jones, Paul, Danny, and so they all wrote it. You know, their own parts. I don't know exactly who did all of the writing of the lyrics, but I do know it was probably Maynard. So there's multiple meanings. I know Danny's really into like mystical stuff and becoming a higher being and, you know, going through your third eye and all that stuff. And I think Maynard is too. But yeah, I really do feel like it was just about being a father, probably becoming a better person, accepting the things of your past, the things in your shadow, and just moving forward, I guess, or using those things to become a better person and maybe not repeat those things again, or not slip back into the place you were when you were feeling those things, because you know what those feelings are. And if you feel them coming like the storm, you know what to do. It's a great song. I love H. I love it even more now. I'm glad I looked into it more. That's a great part about music. I mean, I've heard this song so much, but like I really sat down and I really absorbed the song and I got a whole new meaning to it. So yeah, if you want me to listen to any other Tool songs, just let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, until next time, just take care of yourself, take care of others, take it easy.